Alone in Paris, a one-level English story. Emma looked out of the airplane window. Below her, Paris sparkled with lights. She smiled. She could not believe it. This was her first trip outside the United States. And she was traveling alone. Emma was 22 years old. She had dreamed about Paris for years. She loved photos of the city. She loved French cafés. She loved stories about Paris. Now she was finally here. The airplane landed safely. Emma took a deep breath. Her adventure was beginning. The airport, everything felt new. She heard French voices around her. People walked quickly with suitcases. Some people laughed. Some people talked on their phones. Emma followed the signs and found a taxi. Soon she was driving through Paris. She looked out the window the entire time. Old buildings stood beside narrow streets. Small cafes sat on every corner. People carried flowers and bags of bread. Everything looked beautiful. Emma quickly took pictures with her phone. She wanted to remember every moment. Her hotel was small but comfortable. Stood on a quiet street near a bakery. The smell of fresh bread filled the air. Emma smiled. "This is perfect," she whispered. She put her suitcase beside the bed. Then she opened the curtains. Outside she could see the city. People walked below. Bicycles passed by. A street musician played music nearby. Emma felt excited. She had never felt so far from home. But she liked it. At least for now. The next morning, Emma woke up early. She wanted to see everything. She wore her favorite coat. She grabbed her camera. Then she left the hotel. Paris looked magical. The sky was blue. The streets were busy. Flowers decorated balconies. The smell of coffee filled the air. Emma walked for hours. She visited the Eiffel Tower. She took dozens of photos. She sat in a cafe and drank coffee. She visited a small museum. Everything felt like a dream. That evening, she posted photos online. Her friends quickly replied. "Wow, so beautiful. You are lucky." Emma smiled while reading the comments. Maybe she was lucky. For the next few days, Emma continued exploring. She visited parks. She walked beside the river. She tried French pastries. She bought postcards. She even learned a few French words. But something slowly changed. At first, she did not notice it. Then she did. Emma was alone. Very alone. When she saw friends laughing together, she felt lonely. When she saw families eating dinner, she felt lonely. When she returned to her hotel each evening, she felt lonely. The city was beautiful. But beauty was not enough. One evening, rain began to fall. Soft rain covered the streets. Emma walked through the city with her umbrella. The weather felt cold. The streets looked darker. Suddenly, the rain became stronger. Emma looked around. She needed a place to stay dry. Then she saw a small bookstore. A warm light glowed through the window. Emma quickly stepped inside. The bookstore was quiet. Books filled every shelf. Soft music played in the background. Emma immediately felt calm. She slowly walked between the shelves. Then she heard a voice. "Can I help you?" Emma turned around. A young man stood nearby. He had dark hair and kind eyes. He smiled politely. Emma smiled back. "Maybe," she said. "I'm mostly hiding from the rain." The young man laughed. "Many people come here for the same reason." Emma laughed too. For the first time all day, she felt comfortable. "My name is Lucas," the young man said. "I'm Emma." Lucas nodded. "First time in Paris?" Emma looked surprised. "Is it obvious?" "A little." Emma laughed. Everyone says that. Lucas smiled. Then he showed her a few books about Paris. Soon they were talking. About travel. About books. About favorite places. Conversation felt easy. Natural. Emma forgot about the rain outside. After a while, Lucas asked, "Do you like Paris?" Emma thought for a moment. Then she answered honestly, "Yes." Lucas waited. Emma smiled sadly. "But sometimes I feel lonely." Lucas nodded. He understood immediately. Emma continued, "I thought Paris would make me happy." Lucas looked at her quietly. Then he said, "Cities don't make people happy." Emma looked at him. Lucas smiled. "People do." Emma thought about his words. They felt simple, but true. Very true. The rain finally stopped. Emma looked outside. The streets shined beneath the lights. Paris was still beautiful, but somehow it felt different now. Warmer, less lonely. She smiled. "Thank you, Lucas." "For what?" "For reminding me of something." Lucas smiled. "You're welcome." The next day, Emma decided to try something new. Instead of walking alone, she joined a city tour. She talked to other travelers. She met new people. She laughed more. She stopped feeling invisible. Little by little, Paris began to feel like home. Not because of the buildings, not because of the cafés, but because of the people. On her last evening in Paris, Emma sat beside the river. The city lights reflected on the water. A gentle breeze moved through the air. She smiled. When she first arrived, Paris was beautiful. Now it was special. She took one final photo. Then she whispered, "Paris was beautiful on my first day." She looked at the glowing city. "But it became special when I stopped being alone." Emma smiled. And for the first time during her trip, she felt completely happy.